Welcome to Depth with Academia. I'm Richard Price, founder of academia.edu, bringing you deep dive into the latest in academic research. Today, we're taking a lively stroll through the world of information systems. Don't go. It's actually fascinating stuff, I promise. The paper on the spotlight this week is by Bellisan, and it's got an intriguing business logic, contextual awareness, and the soul of web-based information systems. So yeah, it's technical, practical. Let's get into it. First off, let me just say I'm not endorsing paper I'm just walking you through what says. Think of me as your friendly neutral guide. So what's the core question, Bellisan asks? Basically, how have web-based systems evolved, and what does that evolution mean for how businesses organize information, make decisions, and, well, actually get things done on the internet? This sounds broad, but the paper really tries to break down both terms of technology, the human part, which, kind of important. We all rely on these systems in daily lives, whether we realize it or not. Now, why does this, every time you use something online, a banking app, or even just check your social feed, you're interacting with a web-based information? So understanding how these work and how they might change actually matter for pretty much all of us, right? All right. Let's about of the key findings. Bell traces this journey from the early monolithic web apps, basically big clunky single code bases, where if one broke, the thing went down today's modular microservices-based systems. So instead of one huge block, now you've got lots of little services, each doing own thing but working together. This means if fails, the rest can usually keep chugging along, right? Of course, all this flexibility with new headaches, main communication, managing who's actually in charge, keeping synced, and so on. And where the really technical stuff comes in. Have you ever heard of PAX or Raft? Don't worry, most people haven't. They're not new dance crazes, they're consensus algorithms. Basically, when you have lots of computers working together, how do you make sure they all agree on's true? The CAP theorem also pops up here, laying how can have consistency, availability, or partition tolerance, but only pick two. You can look that up if you want, hun. It's real rabbit hole. The paper runs through how some big tech like Amazon, Google opt Paxos, while tools running Kubernetes go forth. If you're in an nitty-gritty, Raft is a bit simpler and easier for engineers to write, so it's more common in newer infrastructure. Okay, another cool angle from Bellisan is on context awareness. Modern web systems are no longer just info bins. They're designed to sense what you want, even before say. Think smart assistants anticipating your needs, smart homes adjusting around you, and platforms adapting in real. Digression alert. This reminds me, I once tried to make my own smart home setup and ended up accidentally turning off fridge instead of the light. So, yeah, context matter. Anyway, how this affect you? Bellisan points out, for users, the better these systems get at understanding you, the more seamless and helpful your experience becomes, in theory. So these aren't abstract ideas. They could be apps and services you next, or even tomorrow. Now, shifting to business, the platform economy is a big theme. The argument that these tech upgrades drop costs in search, replication, even verification, which means companies can offer you more for, and entire new business models emerge. So that's something to think about when you next hail a ride or music. But Bellisan argues, really highlights actually, that even the best falls flat if the humans aren't on board. Leadership, workplace culture, human-centered, all soft, are as important as the smartest algorithm. Especially in banking and finance, a stressed out can totally derail change. Security? Don't get me started. Zero trust is new mantra. Basically, don't trust anyone or anything just because it's inside your system. Always verify every person, every service, every device. Probably a good rule for life. And looking ahead, AI managed systems entering the scene. Bellisan spec all kinds of wild stuff. AI that run platforms, orchestrate services, and even handle security with less human micromanagement. But, the paper doesn't claim these guarantees, just possibilities to ponder as the field evolves. How about you, the listener? The paper wants you to on how every app you use is part of this big, moving, ever more complex ecosystem built by people, shaped by business pressures, altered by new tech. None of this is absolute truth. It's ongoing research. That's the magic and the mess of academia, offering tools, fresh thinking, and ways to see the world, not just right answers. So thanks for In As We, Another Question. I'm Richard, and this was In Depth with Academia. See you next, and remember to keep questioning the code beneath your clicks.